Wednesday, April 29, 2026. Wednesday. I just washed my face, by the way, so that's kind of why it's shiny. Yesterday, I don't know, man. I was low key losing it. And today I was also losing it, but now I'm kind of chill. So, I think I low curricularly might be schizophrenic, and, I don't know. Yeah. Like earlier today, dude, like, I mean, I've had this happen before, but this was like different. Like I just started crying at work. Thankfully, like there was no one around. So, but it was like just fucking full on sobbing. Like the past few weeks, or specifically this week, honestly, I've been crying a lot more. Um, and just out of nowhere too. Like there'll be a lot of times where I'll just tear up, and I usually don't let it out because like if I'm at work, I'm not gonna try to cry at work or whatever, but like now it's kind of getting to a point where I can't even hold it in. So like today, like before work, I just was crying um on the way there, and then I just started crying when I was there as well. I don't know. And a part of it is kind of like I just feel like a little overwhelmed mostly by my thoughts and stuff like that because I don't know, I just keep stressing out about stuff and I don't know, my thoughts just keep replaying things in my head, and I'm kind of like being tortured by my own mind right now, which is really not good. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And I want to say I've never really had this happen before. I mean, I've been like stressed out and I've uh had something similar happen before, but it's never been to like this degree where I'm like I feel like I'm losing my sanity, kind of. And I don't know. I don't like this. Like yesterday, dude, I couldn't even fucking talk. I did not want to make a video at all. Um, and I was gonna like, I didn't want to do shit, man. But like, I was gonna go record and get my mic and shit, and I didn't even feel like doing that. And so when I just recorded, I was like, you know what, whatever. I don't even have anything to say that's important. Like, there was just too much on my mind. I feel like. And I mean, I don't know if you could really tell, but near the end, I was about to cry. So that's like kind of why I ended it so short. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if you guys ever watched this guy does Minecraft. Um, or he goes by Net Nobody as well. But he had a live stream a long time ago. I think it might have been in 2022. And in it, he's kind of venting. You can find it online as well. I know there's a old website that has an archive of it. But there's a live stream of him basically venting about how he has all these like mental illnesses and stuff like that. Like he talks about having split personality disorder. He talks about being in psychosis, having a bunch of other stuff. I think he said he's schizophrenic as well, and he just talks so much about like having no one understand him, having like millions of thoughts at once, um, not seeing anything real online or just in general. And dude, I don't know. I just feel like I resonate a lot with that. Like, I feel like nobody talks about just what they're really going through. And I don't know. There's a few videos I'll see. It's like very rare where someone is showing true like expression of how they feel. And I love it, dude. I love it so much because I feel like it's the only genuine thing I can find, you know? Because I feel like a lot of stuff it's very predictable. It's very, premeditated. And it's just not very satisfying. But when you find things that show genuine emotion, it's like it just activates something, you know. I would even know how to describe it, but like it just makes you feel something. I don't know. I was watching a video about this guy who was in solitude for 27 years. It was on YouTube, and that's just crazy to me. But in the video, he talks about how he used to cut himself so he could feel something, so he could know he was still alive. And I feel like I relate on that as well. I haven't really done it in a long time, but I did used to do it kind of very casually. Not casually, like common, like just more so like I didn't really do it like because I was super sad or whatever. It was just like here and there type of thing. And he said he did it because he just couldn't feel, like he wanted to feel something to know that he was still alive. And I was like, wow, I never understood why I kind of did it, but then he said it like that, and then it made a lot more sense. And that was also kind of why I think I also used to do it as well, because I just wanted to feel something. Like I wanted to feel something in a controllable manner. You know what I mean? Because while although to a certain extent, I think it would be nice to kind of, this is gonna sound crazy, but to be kind of like I guess tortured. Um, I don't know. I just I like my mind is just so fucked right now, dude. I don't know. Like I don't know. Like if you would have taken me from 5 years ago and then compared it to now, it's like such a drastic difference. Like I think 5 years ago me would have been a lot more cheerful and happy compared to now, where I'm just kind of like soulless almost. And it's funny because I used to make fun of people who are like, kind of like NPCs or whatever. And now I feel like I'm probably one of the biggest ones nowadays because I just don't have anything to say. And if I do have something to say, I don't really feel comfortable talking about it in public because I know people like, don't get me wrong, it's like to a certain extent I don't care what people think. But if I know it'll affect my like job or like my reputation or something like that, then I will kind of like, hide it down, which kind of sucks, but it kind of is what it is. But a lot of time, like the things that I would like to talk about, it's not like commonplace, Like I don't know, that's the one good thing about online uh stuff and online people is like, you can kind of say whatever. But even then, um a lot of the stuff I say just kind of intimidates people and just kind of freaks them out. I don't know. Like I think if I met someone who's very understanding and had a lot of perspectives like I do, I think it'd work out great, but finding that is very hard. Another thing I noticed too is like, finding someone who gets it, um, is very rare. But more so for the problem that it first of all takes a lot of suffering to get to that point, and then second of all, it also takes a certain, I would say like a certain type of soul or a certain type of character. Because a lot of people, for example, I got a friend that he was abused as a kid, and it was kind of like, mom doesn't give a shit type of thing, and dad's not even, or mom divorced the dad or whatever, and the dad is cool, but the mom won't let the kid see the dad or whatever, and then just constant abuse. And he didn't turn out like how you typically would think, where it's like just kind of a fuck up and kind of like just really bad, like getting into gangs and shit like that and just fucking doing stupid shit. He didn't turn out like that. Like it was quite the opposite. Like he has good grades. He's going to college, stuff like that. He's doing really well for himself. And it's just interesting because a lot of times you expect this certain outcome, and it's very like common house. You see it a lot. Like I'm sure if you see someone like if you're a kid and you get abused by your dad, uh, and he's a druggie, typically you're gonna. I mean, I'm not saying all times, of course, because there's a lot of times where it becomes the opposite, like a hardcore opposite, where like for example they grow up against the alcoholic. Okay, well now the kid grows up to be a raging non-alcoholic protester or something like that, you know. So when they have their kid, it's kind of like, oh, you can't even look at alcohol or some shit. Like it's very strict. Um, and it's interesting because there's so many like I feel like there's a very few set um expectations, I guess, or like kind of fates for these type of people. And then there's also a very rare kind of branching off path. Like if we were to make it like an image, it'll be kind of like you have like 3 grams or three different paths, and you got like your typical, and then you got the uncommon, and then you have the just straight up like rare, you know, type of thing. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like don't get me wrong, I think suffering is necessary, but I think it's for me it's kind of getting to a point where I just wanted to stop, you know, and I don't know what to do. Like and I feel like I actually do know the answer, but in this case like I can't even think, you know, I can't think properly. When you're kind of in your emotions, it's a little bit harder to think logically and more precise and clear. So me kind of being in a position like this is just very odd. And I know I gotta keep living my life. See, this is the real thing that fucks me up. It's like time passes regardless, you know. It doesn't matter how you feel or whatever you go through, whatever. It's kind of like it's just gonna pass no matter what. So it's kind of like a big part of me kind of just wants to sleep forever, you know. And then there's also the part of me that realizes I gotta keep doing shit. I gotta get fucking rich. I gotta get shit moving, you know. And it's like, dude, it's kind of hard because you have all these like different thoughts and different voices and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I think also as well is like it's dude, it's just it's so much different when you have someone compared to when you're doing it alone. So when you're kind of losing your mind and it's just by yourself, it's kind of like, okay, well, what do I even do? Like I don't even know what's next. It's kind of like if you're building a house and you don't even have like the blueprint. You're just figuring this shit out on your own, you know? You don't even know what to fucking do. Whereas if you had a blueprint, okay, well, it's easy. I feel like that's kind of how it is with a person. And I don't even mean like in a relationship type of way. I just genuinely mean like with a friend or like someone you can relate to or talk to. But like, I don't have anyone like that. And I also think, you know, to get to a point like that where you do understand each other, it takes time. I feel like a lot of people in this generation don't understand that because they want to rush things and they want to expect things to become instantaneously, but that's just simply not how it works, you know. The good things take time. So I don't know, it's just kind of like I got to hold in, I guess, but at the same time, it's kind of like what for, you know? I don't know. Like and to be fair, like and like even though time does kind of pass fast, it's at the same time it's like 5 years ago to me is like almost another lifetime ago, you know. So I can't imagine what's gonna be another 5 years from now. Like that's just crazy to me, I guess. So I don't know. I was looking at my ex's post. I usually don't. I don't even think about them much, but I don't know. I kind of like I kind of looked at it. Um, and I'm not trying to insinuate that like I felt the type of way or anything. Like it's whatever. Cause I don't want this to be like, oh, he's talking about his ex. He's fucking depressed and misses her or some shit like that. It's not. But like, I was kind of looking at her shit, and I mean, for one, I felt like she was cheating on me when we were together, and then we broke up, and she got with her best boyfriend. Um, and that always kind of sussed me out. And then now I see that they're kind officially together or whatever. Like at least they just had a post recently of them uh I don't know, celebrating, I guess, or something. And I just thought it was interesting cuz I don't know, life goes on type of thing, you know what I mean? Like to me it feels so foreign, and to me it feels like another life of all that stuff that happened with me and her. And as time passes, it doesn't matter. Shit is like it just keeps passing on. I don't know, I just think that's crazy, you know. So many perspectives basically. But yeah. Also fuck man, I just stuttered. Also, I noticed that if you are trading uh that hourly and then you go into the 4 hourly and everything aligns, you probably get a higher probability of a successful trade. So I should probably keep that in mind. I haven't been really focused on trading as much just cuz like I'm trying to not fucking I'm just trying to stay alive. Um so yeah. I don't know. But yeah. I think that's all I got for now. So